Well, it's the winter solstice. It's mid-afternoon and we're already starting to lose the light as I make my way through the footpaths. So even though we're dealing with high winds and rain sweeping in off the Atlantic, and there's nothing unusual about that, we all know North Cornwall, living down here, gets its coldest time of year, January, February and March, leading into April. The trees by now have lost their leaves, and it's only the evergreens that still hold the green of the woodlands. And sadly, a lot of trees won't make it through the year to see another one. I am out on these footpaths by myself, and I won't see another person while I'm on my travels. That is just the way I like it, the way I can actually soak in and feel the woodland and forest, and actually feel that I can actually feel the outdoors. So winter can seem like a frustrating time to an outdoors person, but if you actually work between the weather windows and the lighting conditions, you can experience nature stripped right back, without the leaves, without all the beauty of the summer and spring leaf coverage. You can actually observe the trees and the bushes and the actual lay of the land for what it actually is. You're right back to the bare bones. This is quite often what you don't see in spring and summer. Now the footpaths are the lifeblood of my outdoor experience. They allow me to connect the valleys to the moors, through the fields, woodlands. They take me everywhere, and I will spend evenings just poring over maps and plotting routes which takes me into areas I've never been, on footpaths I've not experienced. I then will do a little bit of research on the area and look at the footpaths where they may have gone, what they would have connected to, and even names and place names start popping up, and you can experience the beauty of what that footpath has to offer. Now some footpaths see a lot of footfall, others infrequent, but a lot of the ones I use, I could be the first one on that path for probably 12 months. Well, welcome to the cabin in the woods, and it's on a loop that me and Bracken do, quite a few times a month. I've driven here today to get to the start. Quite simply, I can walk here, but it takes me about half an hour to get to the point I can join this loop. I've just cut that out quite simply. Time constraints really. It's going to get dark within the next hour, and I won't make it back home. That's not a problem. That's quite often the case for me. But today I've got the kids, wife at home, and we're going out dropping presents off on a bit of a Christmas run type thing. Just getting a cappuccino on the go. Well, I've actually reached 1,000 subscribers. Now for me, that's quite unexpected. For me, it's something that I wasn't technically aware I was getting anywhere near that number till a lady mentioned to me on this channel. She said, congratulations on nearly reaching 1,000 subscribers. And I had to check, and I realised that my number was starting to go up. But being my channel, as fast as the numbers might go up, or as slow as the numbers might go up, they do drop off quite quite a lot and substantially as well. So there's never any certainty in a number. So yeah, I have to say thank you guys for subscribing and watching my videos. And I do realise my videos are a little bit all over the place with the content, but that's kind of how my life is lived here, and we'll discuss that because I believe it's only fair, and I don't think I've really fully touched on that subject at all. So my channel was born on the footpaths that you've just walked with me. A lot of them are historic, a lot of them are really ancient, and a lot of them now don't see hardly any footfall, if ever. Some of them are quite lonely, and those footpaths are where folklore, legend, history, and indeed the local people travelled. You know, they went to church, they actually went in their coffin to the grave on these footpaths. They met their lovers, they went to work, like I said, farming, fishing, mining. And if you close your eyes, like I often say, on the quieter, lonely ones, particularly as it's starting to dim the light, you can sometimes almost hear those footsteps behind you of people from the long forgotten past. And that's what my channel is about. I make hiking sticks because I hike these footpaths, I'm on these footpaths. I do other crafts. I'm actually in and around the coast. I haven't found a way to fully show my surfing, but I'm not sure I really want to bring that into this channel. But in any case, that's part of my life. You'll also see that I do wild camping and bushcraft. That's quite simply through the love of being outdoors and in this environment and walking the footpaths and hiking, and it's all transpired to merge together to make my channel. So my content will involve a little segment of each, and I know I've done a little bit towards hiking sticks pre-Christmas because naturally that's my busiest period in what I'm doing. After Christmas it'll probably involve a little bit more hiking because hiking sticks will gradually be a little bit quieter, but as I move into spring it'll pick up again. So as you can see, my channel ebbs and flows with the content depending on what's happening in my life. But one thing for sure is, whatever I've done on this channel, that content will always be available at some point. It might not be available for a couple of weeks, but it will come around. I've also have the constraints. I don't have loads of money to throw at this. You know, I've got a young family, I've got a wife, and we live a very rural, minimalistic lifestyle. And by that I mean my income isn't very much, and to be fully out there and open, I make a lot of my income through hiking sticks, but I do have other forms of employment as I will tell you. Now, I do a little bit of everything. I've done a bit of van driving, I've done a little bit of engineering, and I do a little bit for a school friend when he needs somebody to help him with shovel work, with agricultural groundwork type situations or work that he needs a helping hand with. And bringing me back to another form of employment, I do a little bit of work within the funeral industry. Now, that's something I don't bring into this channel or discuss. Quite simply, the respect and being courteous to not only the deceased but the grieving families. So that's something that will never feature and I'll never talk about, but that I do gain an income from that. So why I'm saying that is because basically being transparent, if you were thinking you could make a living like I do from doing hiking sticks in the environment and situation I'm doing, you'd be sorely mistaken. I do have the luxury of not having rent or mortgage, but then again you have to understand I am 53, I'm not starting out in life, and like I say to you, we live a very minimalistic lifestyle, very rural and minimalistic. and that takes a lot of discipline to keep that going. But it all filters into this channel, and I hope people can understand, you know, this is as authentic as I can portray it through my videos, and I hope it comes across. So my wild camping, and like I said, my bushcrafting is just another vehicle or method for me to experience the outdoors in a completely round package. Not only do I do the hiking, I'm in the woods, I'm on the moors, I'm on the coast, I'm, you know, totally immersed in the outdoors. I can actually spend a small period of time living in it. So I get the sights, the sounds, the smells. And I hope when you come with me on those wild camps or anything I'm doing bushcrafting or things like that, you can soak in the atmosphere with me and just experience it. I mean, if you find yourself in a position you can't get out, I'm hoping that I'm able to transport you there with me. And if you are somebody that is out doing it, I hope that you can relate to me. And even though I might be doing it at the real bottom budget end of wild camping and bushcrafting, I hope it just puts that little bit of a smile on your face, watching me out there pretty much being a modern day hobo. But we're all here on this planet and we're all striving for one thing: a little bit of happiness as we march through life till whenever, you know, we're called on to go to that other place. So yeah, all I'm hoping from this channel is, and the realistic, and if I be brutally blunt, it wasn't ever conceived also for a wider consumption. It was really done for my two young boys so that they can see their dad. I'm an older dad, I'm 53, I've got a 6-year-old and a 7 and a 5-year-old, sorry, and she's going to kill me for getting that wrong, but a 7 and a 5-year-old, and I just want them to see me while I'm still mobile and capable doing some things outdoors. They've missed a vast array of what I've done in my life, and I do take hard copy, but you know, photos which I print off and I make not albums, I put them in their order, so one day those kids, when they get older, possibly when I'm not here, will be able to pick out photos and look and just have a little smile and go, look at that idiot of our dad there, look what he was doing, and just put a smile on their face. This is just another vehicle for me to record it for them. But I am really, really pleased and thankful that some of you guys do find enough time to actually watch these and to have subscribed. I know I'm sounding like I'm waffling, but I don't really talk or discuss a lot about subscribing and liking and things like that. You probably won't ever see me asking for subs or likes or notification bells. I live in a little bit of a analog world. I'm only 1 foot in the technological world. I'm still a little bit analog. I'm possibly a little bit further back than that, and I don't see myself changing anytime soon. It has been brought to my attention that I'm a little bit slow with responding to any comments, and that is a valid point. And my wife has actually said to me, you know, if somebody does comment, it's only courtesy to respond timely. But my boss actually phones my wife to give me any work that's coming my way, because quite simply I never walk around with a phone. I might go a couple days without even switching on a phone, so if I upload a video, it'll be uploaded. As soon as I know it's been successful, I might not pick my phone up for another 2 to 3 days. So I'm apologising in advance if I'm a little bit slow in responding, but that's just the nature of the beast with me. But I will always respond. I will always respond. You would probably have to click on your phone a few days later and there will be a response there. Well, I do actually have a video further back where I take you on a journey through my childhood playground area where I did learn to do wild camping, bushcrafting, enjoy the outdoors, and indeed hunting. Not a popular subject, as I always say, but it was part of what I did. I was a child of that particular era. I've always been outdoors. My surfing is just another extension of being outdoors. And when I joined the military, I was extremely privileged. Most of my training staff were quite excellent in their approach to the outdoors, and actually having the ability to translate and get people to learn the skills needed to live outdoors, as you can imagine. Yeah, and I worked with multiple units, and yeah, I've always been privileged to have great teachers that were able to, whenever the outdoors side of soldiering came about, you know, survival, evasion and things like that, they were able to disseminate that information so most of us, particularly the lower ranks, could pick it up. But it did culminate with us going to a school which did actually teach the full subject as part of a package which individuals may need, and it was such an eye-opener. The level of outdoors preparedness and being able to survive, evade detection, and the bushcraft, how to build shelters, how to light fires, how to survive, what you can eat, what you can't eat. Obviously, I wasn't there as a pupil. We were only there being introduced to it as a point of interest. It was basically almost like an open day where they allowed our group or our squadron to go there and just see what was on offer on this particular, or the package that was on offer on this course. And it was fantastic. And just being there and them setting up various stands, the amount and wealth of information I gleaned and learnt just on that particular session was invaluable to me at this point now as well. So all I'm trying to say is that I've been in and around the outdoors. I've had some rudimentary training. I have a lot of understanding. I'm 53 and I'm still out here. So all I would like to say is, I may not be a qualified person, I may not have all the answers, and I don't have all the answers. In fact, the one thing I can tell you, if you don't use a skill, you lose it. And I would hate to think how much I've been taught or had rammed in my head that I've forgotten, quite simply because I haven't used it since the point it was taught to me. So that's just one point. You must always keep on top of a particular skill or a particular subject if you want to stay current, fluent, and be able to you know, practice it efficiently. Well, you've probably gathered that Bracken is a fantastic walking companion, particularly on these lonely paths, but he's strong, he's, you know, fully capable to actually pull me along at a fair rate or faster than I want to go. So I've got to be careful. He is actually, you know, like I said, fantastic on these lonely footpaths, you know, a companionship. You're probably thinking, why doesn't he come a lot more with me? Quite simply because on some occasions you have to be aware that you know, you are responsible for another creature, and if I can't devote all my attention to him, well, I don't want to just let him off the lead and do his own thing, for him to get hurt, him to hurt another dog or an animal. So it's just me being cautious. I'm sure he will calm down as the years go on, but at the moment he's in his teenage years, and like every teenager, they give their parents a bit of a life and bit of a run round. And you've seen me, he's been literally dragging me along some of these tracks, but he's part of the family, he's here to stay. There is a house on the opposite side of this river. You can't see it because it's covered in trees, but you can just see the chicken and duck pens down on the opposite side. It's getting dark now, but what a fantastic place to live. What a fantastic place. Yeah. And like I said, the content will include, you know, a little bit of history, folklore, wild camping, bushcrafting, you know, crafting, hiking sticks, any other crafting I do, out hiking, being in multiple outdoor locations, and just taking you guys along. I will do a video possibly around the New Year time, just to explain exactly where I'm going with the channel. But as I've stated through this video, it will be more of the same, but possibly of a better quality. I'm going to focus on quality as well. Even though I've got no real decent camera equipment, I'm sure I could possibly invest a little bit more time and effort, you know, to make it a bit more quality with the equipment I have available to me. So I'm going to focus on that as well. Now you can see I'm beginning to lose light now in this forest. And I've still got a long way to go. So me and Bracken better start making tracks. Now I fully understand a lot of people who possibly get anxious about being in the woods or forests, you know, when the light starts to fade and it starts to get dark. I can't lie, you know, there's moments I've looked over my shoulder, but I just feel something come alive in myself as well. All my senses tend to start focusing and sharpening, and I just feel that little bit of an edge, a little bit of an excitement, and I really start to focus on the woodland itself. I'm not distracted by anything. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy the peace and quiet as well. Well then guys, once again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, and I hope you stick with me with the varied content I'll be putting out. It'll all be outdoor based, and 90% of it will be down here in North Cornwall, in this glorious, well, in the glorious outdoors that I have available to me. Stay safe, take care, and I hope to catch you guys again, and I'll see you on the flip side of Christmas. Till then, Merry Christmas, take care, and when you're walking your Christmas dinner off, I hope to catch you on the trail. Take care.